I want to give you some language that I think is going to be incredibly helpful in identifying and dealing with challenges that you're facing today and tomorrow. And the language is the distinction between what is an adaptive challenge and a technical challenge. In a technical challenge, you know exactly what the problem is. There are solutions, and this is where experience counts a great deal, because the more experience you've got, the more solutions you've got sitting on the shelf. So you know what the problem is, there is a solution, and you go and choose the right solution for that problem. And then the locus of work is the authority figure who simply applies the solution to the problem, a technical challenge. Technical challenges can be life-threatening, can be complex, but you know what the problem is, there is a solution, and you apply the solution to the problem. Here's where it gets interesting. In an adaptive challenge, you don't really know what the problem is. All you know is that things aren't working as well as they used to work. And so defining what the problem is requires learning. It requires diagnostics. What is it we need to learn? Where can we get that learning? Who needs to be involved, etc.? So the problem needs definition. The solution, if there is one, also requires learning. And the locus of work involves all the stakeholders. So you can immediately see the sharp distinction between adaptive challenges and technical challenge. Now, of course, most of the problems that you're facing in business are a merger of those two. They don't come neatly bundled and labeled as either technical or adaptive. And so understanding the part of the challenge that you're facing that is adaptive means that you don't just go round and round in circles. In fact, if you want to know whether or not you're dealing with an adaptive challenge, here's an easy litmus test. Simply listen for this phrase around the table. We were having the same conversation 8 months ago. When you hear that kind of conversation, you can be sure that you are dealing with an adaptive challenge that you haven't recognized, haven't identified, and are throwing technical solutions at essentially what is an adaptive challenge. An adaptive challenge can be defined as knowing what to do when you don't know what to do. I believe that you as a leader are facing an increasing amount of adaptive challenges going forward. And if you don't have the language to identify and distinguish adaptive from technical, if you don't have the comfort level of knowing what to do when you don't know what to do, you're going to flounder in the midst of adaptive challenges. So in order to be adaptive, it starts with identifying and distinguishing between an adaptive challenge and a technical challenge.